Hello everyone. Today we're gonna talk about fair use rule which is related to copyright under the United States Copyright Act 1988 and Digital Millennium Copyright Act 1988. Sit back, relax and enjoy our video.
Intellectual property can be seen as a concept of the world of creativity which deal with mind and its dealings such as invention, literary and artist work, design and symbol, name and different image which are used in trade. Examples of intellectual property are patent, trademark, copyright, industrial design and geographical indication. An intellectual property right is a type of right and advantages given to the original producer, innovator over the invention of their mind, a limited right for the creator over the use of their creation for a period of time, and a legal protection remedy against uninvited exploitation. The main purpose of having an intellectual property right, especially in the industry, is to avoid competitors from the imitation of products or services which ensure the authenticity and higher quality before the consumer expectation. Intellectual property right would foster an environment that stimulates creativity and innovative invention.
Fair use rule allows to use brief portion of copyright material without permission for a certain type of use such as to comment, criticism or parody. Hence, the fair use rule is the exceptional of any copyright for being used in your own work. But in some circumstances, it is not able to claim fair use if the copyright work for commercial purposes. In other words, the fair use rule is a legal concept that allows to the user to use the copyright material or reproduce for certain purposes without paying a royalty or fee. The fair use rule must be followed by 4 points with the use of small amount of work, need to add new meaning to the work to make it original, rework it and need to use a totally different way, and of course it must be a non-profit purposes. Last but not least, it also a good important thing to give the credit to the creator of the work for just a sign of respect.
Fair use does not require permission from the copyright owner and no remuneration. Copyright permission is the process of getting consent from copyright owner of the work to use that owner material you are going to use it. Fair use can only direct to publish work. Fair use is the right to use portion of copyright material without permission for purpose of education, commentary or parody. The limitation of the fair use is property right of work, which does not affect the personal right of work. The name of author and the name of the work should specify when using, and the other rights enjoyed by the copyright owner according to law must not be infringed.
The 4 factors test are factors used in the court to figure out whether the material is a fair use. The first factor is the purpose and character of the use. Some of the notable characters of copyrighted work are research, criticism, parody, non-transformative, commercial, or educational. The transformative factor, as cited by STEAM 2019, are used to indicate whether one's copyrighted work sparks creativity on another inventor to generate something original or just a replication of existing work. Some questions to ponder are: has the initial material been transformed into new interpretation, or was the value added to the original by creating new information, new aesthetics, new insights and understanding? The second factor is the nature of the copyrighted work. It could be either instructional or entertainment. There is a higher chance to have fair use if material was copied from a factual work, such as biographies and encyclopedias, than from a fictional work, as it encourages new information transfer that led to new scholarly achievements, a big asset to the community. The third factor is the amount of sustainability of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. Fair use is considered when the copyrighted work is used in a very small portion and not the heart or the crucial part of the work. However, in rare cases, copying of a complete work may be considered as fair use as well. The four factors of the four-factor test are the effect of the use upon the potential markets for or value of the copyrighted work. The user of copyrighted work activities may harm to current and potential markets that could be exploited by the copyright owner, as they deprive the copyright owner of income for the copyrighted work.
We have two cases that we use as an example to sum up what fair use rule is and when it is appropriate to use on copyright materials. Firstly, we have Dunikov vs MGA Entertainment Inc. 2005. A married couple who has a home-based business which offers items on the eBay internet auction site where MGA Entertainment Inc. is the primary owner of all rights to the Bratz characters and property. MGA Entertainment utilized the Vero program when the company found out that the plaintiffs were attempting to sell a fleece hat with a brass applique sewn onto it. The defendant charged the plaintiff with infringing on MGA's copyright, trademark, manufacturing, distribution, licensing, and merchandising rights. After the plaintiffs were under the Vero program, the plaintiffs decided to bring this action to court with claims of declaratory judgment, tortious business interference, outrageous conduct, negligent representation, and fraudulent representation. After the judge analyzed all the claims that was brought forth by the plaintiff and the defendant, with the defendant's request for summary judgment was granted and has more favor towards the defendant than the plaintiffs. The reason behind this is because the plaintiffs failed to provide evidence that supports the claims that were charged against the defendant. Secondly, we have Corbis Corporation vs Amazon.com Inc. 2004. Corbis Corporation filed a suit against Amazon and 15 other defendants in June 2003 with a claim that they hold copyright interest in 2 photographs that Amazon used to be put on imdb.com website and many other photographs that were sold by the vendor defendants on Amazon's website. The company claimed that Amazon directly infringed Corbis' interest of copyright, engaged in unfair competition, diluted the company's trademarks, and tortiously interfered with their business relationships. When the other defendants reached an agreement with the plaintiffs, Amazon remained as the only defendant left. Amazon denied the charges and proclaims as a positive defense that it is immune from liability for copyright infringement under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Besides that, Amazon had filed a counterclaim for declaratory relief. At the end of the case, most of the claims that Corbis charged Amazon of doing was denied, and Amazon's motion for partial summary judgment on plaintiff's claim and damages for tortious interference with business relationships is granted as none of the infringement that happened because of the photographs used for the website caused any damaged business relationship.
For recommendation, where there is no conclusive test for defining whether your use of another copyright work is a fair use, there are several things you can do to minimize your risk of copyright liability. Number 1. Use only as much of copyright work as necessary to accomplish your purpose or send your message. Number 2. Use the work in such way that it's clear that you propose for the commentary, news reporting, or criticism. Number 3. Add something new or beneficial that don't just copy it and need improve it. Number 4. If your source is a non-fiction, limit your copying to the facts and data. And the last one, seek out creativity ideas or other free license works when such replacements can be made and respect the contribution requests in those works. Thank you.
Okay, tambah. Invention.